World gold falls below $2,000 per ounce as USD strengthens. Gold prices fell below the important $2,000 per ounce mark due to a stronger USD and higher U.S. bond yields. Spot gold decreased 0.4% to $1,995.80 per ounce, while gold futures lost 0.44% to $2,007 per oz. The overall trend for gold remains positive, according to analyst Jim Wyckoff. Markets are pricing in an 85% chance of a 25 basis point interest rate hike by the Fed in May. Dow closes higher, relatively unaffected by Google's drop. Banking stocks rose following positive quarterly earnings reports. The Dow Jones, Nasdaq Composite, and S&P 500 all closed up 0.3%. Charles Schwab rose nearly 4%, M&T Bank increased over 7%, and State Street Corp decreased 9%. Google fell 2%, Netflix fell over 1%, and Roblox fell 12%. Prometheus Biosciences rose 70% after Merck agreed to acquire the company for $10.8 billion. India says it may pay above Western ceiling price to buy more oil from Russia. Indian Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman said India may purchase oil from Russia at a higher price than the G7 ceiling price. Oil imports are crucial for India's economy, as 80% of its crude oil usage comes from outside the country. OPEC Plus continues to cut production, driving oil prices up, and predicting a potential increase in oil demand this summer. Beijing unveils secret weapon. Russian oil pours into China. The surprising move to the east. Beijing has implemented a loan for oil policy and invested in Russian equities to create a diversified and flexible energy supply chain. Chinese state-owned firms have invested up to $95 billion in Russia's energy infrastructure, and $48 billion to purchase stakes in Russian state-owned oil companies. The ESPO project is crucial in ensuring a stable energy supply for China from Russia. The Russia-China relationship is the closest it has ever been in the history of the two countries. However, the development of carbon-neutral energy could affect the friendship built on fossil fuels. U.S. dollar rises as market expects Fed to continue raising interest rates. The USD rebounded on Monday after hitting its lowest point in a year as concerns about a banking crisis eased, prompting investors to return as the likelihood of the Fed raising interest rates grew. However, some believe that tighter credit conditions will heavily impact the dollar, and the Fed may halt its interest rate hikes. G7 takes a firm stance against Russia. The Japanese foreign minister urged G7 countries to continue dialogue with China on trade, finance, and climate change. The conference focused on discussing various issues, with the majority being the conflict between Russia and Ukraine. G7 reaffirmed its support for Ukraine and called on Russia to withdraw its forces from Ukraine immediately. The Taiwan issue was also raised, and G7 foreign ministers reaffirmed the importance of peace and stability in the Taiwan Strait. A joint statement is expected to be released on the last day of the meeting.